Hello everyone. So in my previous video, I had made a tutorial on how to make a macro within Anime Less Stand. However, I forgot to account for those who don't have a strong enough PC to run Seamless for hours on end. So I'm going to be showing you how to make a macro. I've actually already got one saved because I recently did the video, but my it was using the wrong microphone, so the audio quality was terrible. So I'm just gonna play this macro for you. Saves me having to re-record it, but I'll explain it as we go. This is for the Menos raid. Best raid to macro with a 100% guaranteed technique shard. So we're gonna start, and I'm gonna just run through some things while we wait for this to load. With your macro, you want it on 1 time speed, continuous playback. That's always how you want it. You never want it any different, especially for this sort of non-seamless macros. Depending on the map where you spawn, it can be a bit of a pain, so you may have to move around at the start of the macro. So this is where you would want to start recording your macro. Depending on the map you're in, so this one I'm not going to have to move around. Some you might. So you'll start your macro and then you'll move to wherever you need to go. You want to do continuous movement if you're doing it. You don't want to tap it. You want to hold it and then stop, and then take your hand off the key, and you want to leave it. And then you want to press the next key that you need. Don't do more than one movement key at a time, and don't like jitter tap it, because it messes up your macro. It really does not help it at all. So I'm gonna play this macro for you, and I'm gonna like run you through it. Oh, why isn't it playing? There we go. So obviously you start with the start button. You want to keep on pressing it for a bit, and then you're gonna get ready to place your idol. You want to do the thing that I told you in the last video, where you press 6 and left click at the same time. 6 click, 6 click. Just make sure that it is placed, because sometimes it doesn't pick up your inputs and it could cause your unit like not to be placed. You're then gonna press your unit manager and obviously click the upgrade all. You want to give it a bit of time because of lag which may occur. So when you press it, and then you can also do the same with your ability manager. You can auto turn on your things, your abilities. You are going to have to wait for them to show up before you can automatically turn them on, because the thing at the bottom, if you press auto turn on, it doesn't automatically turn them on, which is a pain in the ass. So it's fairly simple. You do those few small steps, and then you leave it. You wait until the raid's done, and then we continue to the next step. You are still recording throughout this entire thing, and I will tell you when you stop your recording. Just gotta give it a moment. So a big thing is, regarding lag, you want to take things slowly. You don't want to rush through things like in the last one, where it's you speed it up and you spam place, you click it, you upgrade it real quick, you click off, you click it again, upgrade it, then you click off, and then you do the same with the next unit that you place. It's not that sort of thing. This is a macro that takes a bit of time. You want to have a bit of patience with it. Sometimes these macros can mess up. It does get a bit irritating when it does, but there's not really any workaround. When you record your macro, you want to play it a few times. You want to watch it. You want to watch the macro complete a few of the acts for you, and see if you can notice anything that's not supposed to happen. If it doesn't happen, or if something that's not supposed to happen but it still works, I would suggest leaving it. If it works, do not touch it, because that's when you're gonna be like, oh, this is a bit different from what I recorded. Sometimes it does that. If it works, do not touch it. When you win, you want to give it a bit of a moment because of lag. You don't know whether, obviously, if the boss has died yet in the coming rounds. And then you want to keep on spamming that retry button. Even when you get to your loading page like this, you want to keep on spamming that button. Keep clicking it, keep clicking it, keep clicking it. And then you're going to give yourself around 20 seconds once you get in. You're going to leave yourself 20 seconds before you stop recording your macro. This is to ensure that you have loaded in properly, your game's actually loaded, and when you press retry, it's actually sent you to the new repeat. It's fairly straightforward stuff. I do apologise for those who are on a console or mobile, as neither of you are actually able to macro, which does make this game a lot more of a grind for you, but PC players, count yourself lucky. So I am using TinyTask. It's a very, very reliable macroing tool. Some people like to use CYS. Personally, not for me. TinyTask has always been my go-to macro tool. When you download it, it's always the first one that pops up because there's multiple of the scam ones. It's always the first one to pop up, and if you're unsure, go on to other YouTubers who do the macro. They will have the link in the description. You know what, I'm going to put the link in my description as well, just to assist you if you don't have TinyTask, because I don't want to mislead you or take you to a website which isn't the true TinyTask website, because no one wants their PC getting a bunch of viruses on it. So this is just a repeat of the macro. It's just happening. It's just something that's going on in the background while I yap away at you guys. But as I said, it's all very, very straightforward stuff. As long as you follow this, you can do this in pretty much anything that is able to be macroed. Again, some of the spawns, they're really bad, but if you have the ability to place your units from where you've spawned, do that. I would recommend placing it in an area where even if your mouse moves ever so slightly for some reason, or your keyboard or your macro doesn't correctly do your mouse movement, so even if it's like a slight offset, that your unit still places. If you're placing it in an area where it's really, really finicky, finicky as in like it's a pain to place down the unit in that area, don't place it there. Find another area to place it in, because you'll risk your macro messing up, and then you'll be back in a lobby for a whole night's worth of grinding. It's just not worth it. So always make sure you place your units in an open area. I believe that's all I've got to say for this. It's a fairly straightforward process, and that's it. Happy macroing.